Alrighty, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Hairymuppet. Welcome back to Factorio. It is 4 p.m. on a Sunday afternoon. I just had a very long lunch and a very nice chat with some friends about how the world is going to end and how everything is going to be miserable. I was arguing that things are going to be miserable because that's just the sort of person I am. And they were arguing, no, it's not that bad. You know, everything might turn out okay. So, anyway, let's get back to it. So we got a whole bunch of research done. Having a look at this, actually, I'm not sure, but I think we might have unlocked a lot of the research for these guys. So let's delete. Nothing down here. There was the assembly machine thing, but I think that was it. And these guys, oh, they just need batteries. That's right. So if we go here. And we've got all of these now. Excellent. If we delete that, and we put them all down. What is that? Flamethrower turret? Really? Really? A flamethrower turret? Okay, well that's interesting. What is this? A personal laser defense. You are a laser turret. And you are a laser turret. Oh, okay. So we've got two of those being built. And we've got the Mark II things, which need batteries, and the blue things, and which come over here. And these, of course, are the legs. So I'm going to leave these. I don't know if I'll put blue circuits up here or batteries up here or whatever. But yeah, flamethrower turrets. Really? Okay, well they're completely useless. Cancel. Go back to pumps. So, that's just some crazy coincidence then, that it has all of these things. Engine, pipes, and yeah. We definitely do not need... Okay, so we're building the energy shields. This guy needs blue though, so that's not going to happen. What is this? Only if it's less than 10, so that's very, very constrained. Okay, so we got pretty much everything, I think. I don't think there's any more missing chests. I can't believe that pumps aren't anywhere here. They must be somewhere. I can't imagine that Catherine of Sky, when she built this blueprint, forgot about pumps. But I am seeing the evidence, I guess, with my own two eyes. There are no pumps anywhere. Apparently, flamethrower turrets are more important than pumps. Well, definitely not on this map, because on this map we have no biters. So, yes, pumps are infinitely more important. And you need batteries. We're going to destroy you, and you, and you, because I am pretty sure we will not need laser turrets at any point. Alright, delete. Picked all that stuff up. Shields. We probably didn't need shields either. No, actually, we will build shields because, yes, shields stop us from being hit by trains and, or stop us dying when we do get hit by trains, I suppose I should say. So that is probably useful. I don't think we're building anything else down here used for defensive purposes like guns or normal turrets or anything like that. I doubt it. Walls, potentially useless, but we've already built a shitload of them, and they only take stone anyway, so that's fine. Gates, again, already backed up, so as long as we don't take any out of the chest, they will be fine. So, we've set up, I'll talk about what I did previous episode actually, or offline, first of all. So, did this. There's a whole lot of pumping equipment, and they're all backed up at the moment because this was a ton of this, whatchamacallit, crude oil. So we piped all that down, went in here, these guys are all full. I pushed this up to 20 because at the time we needed 20 to handle all this crude oil, and then they did a magnificent job up until we backed up on petrol, which is where we are now, backed up on petrol. So the plastic is all good. These guys are all good. They're backed up nicely. This system is working beautifully. We got I left this offline when I was out to lunch, so it was about 30. When I left, it's now 300. I set up a single Kovarex with a couple of Speed 2 modules in it just to get it going. So this is obviously not a proper setup, but it has boosted me up to 300, which is starting to get to the point where I can actually set up a proper Kovarex with that now. Yeah. What else did I do offline? I think I pointed these out already. Did I? Yeah, I feel like I did. Yeah, the start of the previous episode, I feel like I did. What else did I do this episode? So, not like there's some. We got to the point where plastic was okay, and then red circuits died because green circuits were not running, and green circuits were slow, and blah blah blah. But we've been doing military-related research for a fair amount of time now, and it's got to the point where the high-tech science is actually backed up. It's this guy which is having the problem now. Due to these guys, due to, of course, not getting enough iron, because we're only putting half a belt up for 4 of these, which is not enough. That's 6 iron per second, so we're putting 6 and a 2/3 iron per second, and we need 80 every 8 seconds, which is 10 per second. So, yeah, not enough. Definitely not enough. But I don't really care too much about rocket shooting speed. Or, speaking of which, what do we want to go for next? There's really nothing we need at the moment. Maybe mining productivity. This will actually be a really good one to go for, mining productivity, because I think we're backed up on everything except for military science. So if we go for a bunch of mining productivity, then this will actually work out quicker, because we'll do this, and while this is going, military science will back up, and so on and so forth. So what did we say we were going to do this episode? Well, it's going to be a proper Kovarex setup, and it's also going to be nuclear robots producing. This has been quite slow. 700 per train trip gives me 70 actual things coming in here. We're up to 14k here, but this guy would probably still be about, so 14, probably be like 120, 110 or something if I hadn't started the Kovarex early. So yeah, that would have been not a lot. But anyway, we've got it running now, and I would really like to think of a nice way of doing this so that it runs properly, because if you've seen previous Kovarex videos, if you have 10 machines and you've got 200 of this stuff, you end up with 20 in each one, and none of them are running because they're all waiting for 40. So I would really like to solve that problem, but I really don't know how to do it. I really have no idea. Okay. Okay, I'm starting to get an idea. Let's shut this down. Shut you down. Okay. I'm putting my brain muscles to work at the moment, and I think I've got a great idea, but it's going to be as funky as, man. It is going to be so funky, but we're going to give it a try anyway. This is basically going to be very similar to something I did in Fortress Craft with all of the filter things. So we'll see how it goes. Okay. 1, 2. Let me think. So what we're going to do is I'm going to need a ton of these loaders. Don't want to be building crappy little inserters. Do not want to be building crappy little inserters. Let's take all of those. And there we go. No, don't want to be building green circuits either. We should have tons of green circuits. Alright, so that's a lot of loaders. That should be enough loaders. We got a bunch of iron chests, which is good. They will be absolutely necessary. Do we want to do this above or below? I feel like below is going to be a little bit skimpy, not quite enough space. So we'll do it above. Okay. So let's start off. Let's go up here and then go from left to right. Let's still do left to right, so we should be able to manage that. So needs to be a bit higher, I think. Or does it? No, actually, we might be able to get away with it like this. So you are going to have like that, and then like that, and then we get our second Kovarex, and you are going to be like that. Let's have a look here. They stack up to 100. So we want a big thing pulling out there. Excuse me. So you're there. So we need an extra space. So we can put the chest down here. That's weird. Oh. The head's still going the same way. Why is the head not moving? Who knows? Okay. So stack size. That's fine. Now, I would love to get it to the point where it fills up 40 of this, and then it moves on to the next one. I don't know that I can make that happen, unfortunately, because I can't read how much is in here as much as I would like to. And there's no way I can, like, case a chest full of 40 and then put all of that in there, unless we get into some really, really, really complicated logistics-based crap. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make you only move on to the next chest if this guy is more than let's say more than 10. Okay. That's going to be a little bit funky, but we kind of want to we don't want to back up too badly. So let's say, yeah, let's say more than 10. That's going to build so that's going to mean this is going to have 80 inside it, an extra 10 there, which is still an extra 10 there, but I don't know. I feel like maybe if I think hard enough, I can come up with a better system, but this system will mean that the first few machines will get fully loaded before the rest get loaded, which is exactly what I am trying to accomplish. Should I have one left? Yes? No? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I guess not. Okay. Alright, so this one is the output, and this is the other input. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll just have so much of the 238 here. It's not even funny. So that's fine. And this goes like that. What are we saying here? What are we saying? Do we want a condition on this one as well? Is that a good idea? Let's try a condition on this. I'm not sure if this is a good idea or not, but no, we don't want a condition on that thing. I want a condition on the straight bit. Okay, so you are enable or disable only if this is less than 20. Because I don't want this chest to just get completely flooded and out of control. Now I kind of need something like that for these guys as well, maybe. Because I don't like the idea of having like a ton of Kovarex or U235 just swimming its way down to the end. So let's go here. Let's put a chest. No, not a chest. A belt. Let's put a belt there. So you are only going to be doing stuff here. If this chest has more than 10, and you are only going to be doing stuff here. If this chest has... Well, let's try less than 10. I don't know if that makes any sense. 10. Oh no, that's going to deadlock, isn't it? Because this thing won't run. It'll have 10. So we got to make that. So this is 20. So I'm going to make that. Let's go 15. Let's go 15. Not sure how this is going to work, but no, we'll make it 20 because then we can do a full stack. I don't know. This is just me totally making shit up as I go. It'll probably fall flat on my face, or I will probably fall flat on my face. And yeah. But anyway, it's always fun to fiddle around with circuit networks and see what sort of hijinks you can get up to and all that sort of stuff. And maybe it'll work, and maybe we'll just have to tear the whole thing down, and who knows what can happen. So, Q, 1, 2, come on, give me some more. There we go. 4, 5, 6, 7. Come on. So many gears still to go. There we go. Now we just need some power poles up here. We'll probably just move these guys up, can't we? Much better idea. And then we just need to get you going down like this. So you go back in here. Q, not the mouse button thing, but Q. And then you need to be this guy, which we're going to have to sweep up over there because we can't put a yellow underground all the way under the warehouse because the warehouse is just too big. Okay, so that's going to be a whole bunch of this stuff. It's going to go across, and we're going to see how this works. Q. That. So hopefully that should constrain it to the point where there's not a lot in there. So I already got these primed up with the 238. Let's see. So there we go. Filling this guy up. This guy hasn't started yet, but this guy is getting filled up all the way. There we go, starting to put some stuff there. We don't even really need the belt in the middle, to be honest, but this is, see, it went up to 22 and then it stopped. You know what, I'm going to get rid of that belt. I'm going to get rid of that belt because then you can only have a single one in the middle there. I could put a chest, but yeah, don't want that to happen. So this is going to be slowish to get that across because it's only single handling it, but I don't think you can hand from one stack inserted to another one. There we go. So it got to the point where this one is fully loaded as well. This guy is almost finished, and now it's filling up the third one. So there we go. We are pretty guaranteed not to have machines halfway full at this point, which is nice. So this guy will keep feeding across to number 10 unless this guy finishes first, in which case all of the uranium will get sucked across into there, and then the new stuff coming out will be go straight into here. Now the downside of this is that we have 40 here and we have 10 here, so that's a total of 50. We could have put all 50 in there and then we would have a slightly faster rate, but I honestly don't know how to do that. I could think of it, possibly. If I really put my mind to it, I might be able to think of a way to do that. But the problem is there's no certain condition to say how much is in here. Because if there was, I would hook this guy up to this and I would say don't insert if there's more than 40 in here. I would just do that straight off and it would be beautiful. But there's no way of doing that. I tried it. You cannot see how much is in there. And we would need some sort of timer circuit condition, almost like a switch. So basically what you do is you keep filling into a chest until that chest has 40, and once it has 40 it turns the switch off, that inserter turns off, and the switch also turns the inserter to fill this guy up, and then once the chest is empty you turn the switch on again, and then this guy starts filling it up to 40. So you cache it to 40 and then you do it and you do it and you do it and you do it. But the problem is then you cache it a second time up to 40, it would turn the inserter on again and it would fill this guy up to 80 anyway. So there's no way, unless you did some sort of trigger in that switch to say, oh, we haven't got that machine outputting yet, and wait till it gets input to trigger that switch back to setting off the cache switch. That could possibly solve it, but all that stuff about caching and switches and blah, blah, blah. If I leave this shit running overnight, when I get up tomorrow morning, all 10 of these machines will be running. So who gives a crap? Really, who gives a crap? Anyway, and then we can have a good old situation of once these are completely backed up, we can start making uranium fuel out of here and popping that off to Mr. Nuclear Robotics, which is what we're going to be working on now. Because, yeah, my voice is a bit funky. Let's go get a drink real quick. They are always getting drinks in the middle of videos. Bloody Hairymuppet, he's just unreliable, doesn't know what he's doing, and he's just a shoddy player in general, but yeah, whatever. That's some good lemonade. Well, not lemonade, it's got no sugar in it, but it's good anyway. Oh boy, oh boy. I still got 2 of these things in my inventory. Oh, that's right. They were in the Kovarex, and I took them out. And now they are in my inventory. So let's put them in here. Let's put them in the first guy to run. They were on that setup down here that I had when I just had one Kovarex running. Oh, you got some stuff in you. 10. Okay. Yeah, see, what I would do here is I would say, alright, if this guy is running, or if this guy is full, then you can take that stuff and move it over. It's a complicated system. The perfect system is too complicated, and I don't know how to do it. But we've only got 10 being cached there, and I feel like 10 is fine. If you go any lower than that, then you might have some problems with stack inserters and God knows what else. But yeah. So anyway, let's go and have a look at robots. So where do we want to do this? I might actually want to do it over this way a little bit, but what do we need for robots? So we need electric engines, which is going to be engines, which is steel and circuits. So yeah, can we fit it in this gap here? Because then we don't have to ship the uranium as far. We can just ship it over here. So this guy, look at iron, man. Iron is looking fairly stable-ish. We're cutting a little bit of this stuff off, but I feel like this has been backed up to the point where this should be fine. So you are fine. You are looking incredibly solid. So why was iron so incredibly shoddy over here? I do not understand. Well, these guys are not running as fast as they possibly could. Do we need another thing here? Maybe. Seems weird that we should need 2 of them. It really doesn't make sense, but let's put another bunch anyway. Can't hurt, definitely. Definitely can't hurt. See, this one's still looking shoddy. There we go, look at all that stuff. Oh, maybe it's better. Maybe that was just the gap. We really do not want these to look shoddy if we can help it. What's your hold up here? What the hell is your hold up? Look at this. Running beautifully smoothly. Look at this. Being held up. something is not making sense. Beautifully running, being held up. Beautifully running, being held up. Ah, yeah, that's probably fine. Because what's happening is these guys are being held up because these guys are being carte blanche allowed to be shoved in there. Although, all of these machines together should be running full speed. I can only assume that this guy was running in so much and dumping in so much because they were backed up and they had a whole bunch of stuff that they hadn't put in, which is why they're backing up. And now that they have got no backed up product, it should be fine. Should be fine anyway. Yeah, the fact that there's any backed up product at all means that all that backed up product was coming from all those gaps. The gaps should have been filled in by that backed up product, but there was something weird, and I don't know how that underground bit actually fixed it. I have no idea. And this stone is a bit shonky. I don't know why. It must have been because we're draining some off, or it's just not full there, but anyway. So we made that a little bit better. Still a little bit shonky because we pull some off here, and then the shonkiness increases and increases. We must be using a lot of iron over here somewhere. Is it all for the science? I feel like it's all for the science. Yeah, we're really going strong. Mining productivity started to wake up all the systems that were happily asleep before. And of course, military is still backing up. So we've woken up blue science and purple science. Military science is still trying to get its shit together. So suddenly all of the iron products are going at the same time. Because before, purple and blue were struggling, but military was backed up, so that wasn't using up iron. Now they're all using iron. So that is why our iron looks like it's falling over. This is about the point where we would start putting blue belts everywhere and adding more smelters and more miners. But yeah, we're not doing this for this base. We've got over nuclear robotics. We've got over Kovarex. That's most of the crap that we need to worry about for this base. This base is pretty much ready to be shoved into the dustbin, to be honest. All it needs to do now is get us far enough to get to base 1.5. And then 1.5, which will be based off of the same resource gathering ones that will be used in the mega base, is going to be responsible for doing stuff like speed modules and everything else that we need, and really, really just going absolutely ballistic. So, rocket shooting speed. I didn't put nuclear robotics on the thing. Oh, rocket silo. Sorry, I didn't put rocket silo. I thought about going for rocket silo, but I haven't done it yet. Kind of seems like something. It's the one thing that actually is making stuff that we haven't got yet. But I'm not sure if I'm too worried about it. It's doing rocket speed, which is necessary for that anyway. So, yeah. So, robots. What are we doing? What are we doing? So we can get green circuits off here. Iron products. Oh, they're so shonky. They are so shonky. At least we stopped using purple science, so that'll hopefully back up a little bit now. Ah, shonky, 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 shonky. Man, it's like 28 minutes. We haven't even started on these guys yet. Battery, steel plate, electronic circuit. Oh, red circuits. Red circuits for the nuclear logistic robots. That is going to be pain. We can put red circuits up here. I feel like we'll try and squeeze it in here. So, what do we got here? Can we physically squeeze it into here? So we got. So that's engine with the thing, and then electronic engine kind of gets to go here, and then this guy is going to be making the thing. Nah, I'm gonna say we can't fit it in there. I'm pretty sure we can't fit it in there. That's gonna be a bit too much of a squeeze. That looks pretty squeezy as well. Okay, let's go to the end. Let's go to the end. So, what do we want to make here? What can we make here is the question. Yeah, because these guys take 20 seconds. So these guys are the big thing. These are the big thing. So what we're going to start off with is we're going to go to purple science. And we're going to go and we're going to take this setup and we're going to steal it. Actually, we can just take all of this, can't we? Whee! Stealing is fun. Okay, give us a little bit more room. There we go. Now we just need to get rid of this bit because those engines no longer need to go that way. They can just stay around here somewhere. We just need this little section of 4. Boom, 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 and boom. Approximately. Boom. Okay. Of course I don't have any of these things. Of course I don't. Never have anything I need ever. Got enough of those. I think we've got enough of everything else, hopefully. I love my robots though. Have they been getting robot speed? No, they haven't got the orange robot speed. Let's get that going. Because that'll help me out straight away, so it's not a bad idea to get it going. Yeah, man. Oh, okay. We need this. Yoink. Okay, and then destroy that. You need to get a 2 first section. And there we go. All good, all good. What is this? Green circuits. Gonna be fine. So that'll get electric engines on the way for us. Of course, still get them very slowly because iron is shit, but that's fine. We don't need sulfuric acid for robots as far as I'm aware. Pretty sure, so don't need to worry too much about that. Yeah, so we'll have 5 of these engine and then electronic engine machines, and then we'll have 10 of the big guys, the flying robot frames. And that, I feel like that's a pretty decent amount. Die, trees, die, die, die. And there we go. There we go, it's lubricants, robots. That's all 100 robots. Excellent. You guys, unfortunately, will be replaced fairly soon once I get nuclear robots, but it's all good. Thank you very much. And let's have a look. Battery. Okay. So what we do here is, boom. How's that? How is that? And this is going to be batteries and steel plates, if I remember correctly. Yes, it does look like it is. We're not going to do anything fancy like having 3 belts coming in and green circuits having their own belt or anything like that. I mean, these guys take 20 seconds to frickin' build, so yeah, we do not have to worry about throughput. Not in the slightest. It's starting to hit a rock. Die, rock! And starting to hit some steel. Unfortunately, steel is harder to shoot, so we're not going to be shooting that. There we go. Steel and batteries, green circuits, and electronic engines. And now we go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. No, let's put that up there. So if we have a look, yep, 10 machines. And we'll go hopefully that should be enough green circuit throughput for all of these guys. I think we said it was going to be. Engine's getting a little bit shonky there, but that's fine. Three, four. Man, one of the good things about Bob's Mods was having a bloody extra length hole, so you wouldn't have to be in this situation where it was just one too short. Of course, we could use the things. We could start using the substations, which definitely would not be a bad idea, but... So, red circuits. We also need red circuits up here, don't we? Okay, so we're going to... What do these guys need anyway? So, on that line... And then we've got the uranium fuel cells, which I feel like I'm not going to put on the bus. Because I'm just not. Just not. So there we go. So, I'm pretty sure we just need one machine for this. Actually, let's not curve it across, because that precludes us from being able to build more of these guys, which is not what we want. So, let's do that. And then we build a simple machine like that, which builds us nuclear logistics robots. And what we're going to do is we are going to take a bunch of these and then we're going to self-craft 100 nuclear construction robots at some point. Let's do that now. So, no, whoops, bad. Give me a purple. I can't see. Alright, there they are. So, filter on these guys only. Override stack size to be 1. Dump them all in. Now, do these stack to 50 or 100? Really not sure. Oh, well, we'll find out in a sec. Yeah, so that'll put 100 in there. And then, once 100 is in there, we can make construction robots out of these. And this guy, meanwhile, will be for logistics robots. And how fast are you? You're pretty freaking fast. So, put that guy straight into a warehouse. Because we want a lot of these guys to be available. Excellent. Now you just need fuel cells. Now, the question is, have we got enough Kovarex going around the cycle? Don't look like it's only doing 2 of them. This is a result of this setup, of course, where it requires 80 to be in there before it works properly. But hopefully, what we can do here is pretty simple. So fuel cells are going to be requiring that, and that. So let's get some iron up here. We have some already from over here. So let's just go there. We can take the copper too, doesn't really matter. Okay, so then we do this guy. And you are going to be there, and you are only going to be if this is more than 50. If there's more than 50 in there, then we will use it. You, of course, will get used all the time because there's always going to be 50 in there. Definitely should be, always more. And then this guy runs up here. and that is going to be iron. So that will run automatically now, and then what we do here is let's get a steel chest for this. Steel chest. And now of course, oh, already got 42 of these. Whoop. Still not enough. What? Okay, I guess we need blue. I guess we need to... how do I just pick up one? I don't know how. Okay, well, I picked up 4. Just put 3 of them back. No, let's not put 3 of them back, because I need 2 to make a bloody link, don't I? Alright, let's just take all of those. Well, they'll be the fastest moving little guys you can possibly imagine. What? Still doesn't want to go all the way. Okay. Well, you made it far enough. I'll give you that. You made it far enough. Are you really out of power? Are you really? So, now we just run this along through all of the trees, which is probably not good, but whatever, don't care. Where do we need to get to? All the way over to here. So we'll mark that. And hopefully we should see it when we come from the other direction. Yes, we do. Excellent. So, destroy all that, and we're at it. Destroy all that. So now, what I can do is I can just sit back, relax, let the rest of the science go, and while the rest of the science is going, we will be producing nuclear robots. And we will have a ton of them when the time comes to need a ton of them. Okay. So, I should fill all of this in because we've moved our mouse over, so now it's finding all of the gaps correctly. This is all good. Let's test this system real quick. Can we test it? We got 100. Did I just pick up 167? I feel like that's probably more. Let's chuck 100. There we go. So that guy worked. He put 2 in there. He's going to switch off in a second. Switch off. Yep, there we go. Switched off. Managed to put 3 in there though. So that's fine. Oh yes, and that has put... Of course it puts 10 out per. So that's going to be a total of 30 little guys. 30 little guys. And I'm going to pick them all up because I want nuclear robots. So that should be 20. Don't need you. And this will be 30. 19. Okay. Well, we don't want 30 robots. We want a lot more robots. So now we take some of this. Right, what are we doing? I'm pressing the control key. I'm not sure what's happening. There we go. That's right. So then we put this back in here. No, I just put 3 in there. I needed to put more than 3. I needed to put 7. So that's 6. Oh, don't know what I'm doing. Don't know what I'm doing. Shit. Shit. Alright, pick you guys up. Pick the next lot up. Alright, how many I've got? 50. So I need to put 5 in there. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's probably what I should have been doing. So right click. It's not a shift anything. It's just a right click. So that'll give us nuclear robots, nuclear construction robots. 10. We got 40 more. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do this and dump all of these guys in there and then blow it up. And now I'm really screwed if I can't actually make these things, but I'm pretty sure I can. Right, so you got 100, so we can't destroy that, but we can rotate it and to make sure it doesn't fill up anymore. And then we are all good. 80. Come on. Still takes a while. You know what? We should take these two speed modules out of that guy and put them into this guy. Because we only got one machine doing this. We've got 10 Kovarex. And this guy, yeah, we definitely want him to not be slow. So, look at all of those construction robots. So I turn that around so it's facing in the correct direction. And 46 minutes, man, there's been long episodes. Now we do this. Those robots are so fast and so awesome. And I don't think I'm going to build any more construction robots. I mean, we're not going to have a spread out logistics network. We're going to have all little logistics networks, one per base, just like I did in my old mega base. So the need for nuclear construction robots as part of a logistics network is really not necessary, not in the slightest. So we're not going to worry about it. What I am going to do right now is probably leave this as the last episode of the day. Leave this game running overnight. And my aim is going to be in the morning to wake up, or tomorrow afternoon and wake up because tomorrow's a Monday and I've got to work. Is going to be to have all of this research finished off to the point where there's only space science left, and to have several hundred nuclear robots waiting for me in this warehouse. And that is it. So this is very, very close to being there, because once we got all those guys going, we can start to build stuff. And let's do a double check. So rails, shitloads. Let's get rid of that restriction. We can just keep building rails. Is there anything else in here that we need? A lot of pumps. We got a ton of pumps. Let's just go through our checklist to make sure that we can do stuff. You're going to need a lot more of those. You're going to need a lot more of those. Pump jacks. Not going to need a lot of those. These guys. Open them up a little bit. Refineries. Open them up a little bit, but only a little bit, because we don't need a lot of those. That's iron chests. Don't give a crap about those. 100 of those is perfectly fine. That's enough. That's enough. Don't know what this belt is doing there, so let's get rid of that. Underground pipes. Open that up a bit. You, sir, you need to be opened up as well. But I don't know if this might be 1.5 where we really start banging these guys. Mining drills are opened up a lot. Was going to open them up all the way, but just opened them up a lot. These guys need to be opened up a lot. These are going to be our main things. We are definitely going to use the stack filter inserters for all our train stations, not the stack filters. We might have multi-purpose stations, but then we'll use a little bit of finagling logic to actually set the stack inserters based on what's in the train carriage. Everywhere else is going to be filter stack inserters. We are not taking any chances with this shit. Roboports, need a bunch of those. Let's open those up. Beacons, we will need a buttload of beacons, an absolute buttload, but that's definitely base 1.5. That is not going to be a focus of base 1. Smelters, yeah, we're going to need a lot of smelters. They're not going to be module smelters, but there are going to be a lot of them. You need to be some more. You need to be some more. The big ones are probably the more important ones, but yeah. These guys need a fair amount of those because we're going to use those for the multi-purpose stations. We need a lot. We need a lot. Storage. What the hell? Haha! So I was blocking that thing the whole time. Don't need... Well, it's going to be interesting. Storage, we probably don't need a lot of, to be honest, because whenever we use storage, we're going to use storage warehouses. We're going to use the big guys. Not going to use the little guys. We'll get a bunch of these as well. Might come in handy. Combinators. I need them a lot. but 50 is a decent amount. Need them a fair bit. Actually, we'll double these and we'll double these as well. If you've seen my Bob's Mod logistics train setup, you've probably got some idea of what we're doing. It's basically going to be a lot more like that, except it's going to be a bit more dynamic, I guess. We're going to have actual stations that are just producing one thing. Like we're going to have a station for red circuits, we're going to have a station for green circuits, as opposed to just having resource stations and then one big main station where everything comes in. So it's going to be very, very modularized for our mega base. And it's all going to be connected by trains, and every single station is going to have its own logistics network with a couple of hundred nuclear robots, and it's going to be completely 100% bot-based. And it's going to be awesome, and it's going to work, and it's going to give us 1k signs per minute, and we're going to see if we can push it. Maybe 2k, maybe 3k. Who knows where we can go, but we're going to aim for the sky. The sky is the limit, or the UPS sky is the limit. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys in, see you guys later, which will be awesome. Yes, we got 3 running. Yeah, so yeah, we will definitely start building these guys. Hopefully, about an hour real time, I reckon. An hour, maybe an hour and a half tops. Maybe even half an hour tops. I don't know exactly. I'm going to say about an hour for this guy to start producing fuel normally. But I reckon, yeah, definitely by tomorrow when I wake up, this will be producing a ton of fuel. And all these guys will be full. Guaranteed. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you guys later.